Hi guys, welcome to the Maker's Notebook podcast number 36. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Stacy.
And we are a podcast about knitting, crocheting,
memory keeping,
stickers, no, all things crafty.
All things creative and crafty.
We love. So you can find our information on Ravelry and Instagram. Right below. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hope everyone had a lovely and restful and fun holiday. We're back in the swing of things, and it's winter.
Yeah, it's winter.
Get to wear all our knits.
Yeah.
So this morning when I was getting dressed, I looked in my closet, and it's just like, usually go for my normal errand attire, right? Sweatshirt and something else. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. I get to put on a sweater. It's cold outside.
You finally wear the knits.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what are you wearing?
Me, I'm wearing the freckled Tega pullover test knit I did for Trini-girl. I'm going to look over here at my notes. And I'll, post a picture of showing it. A video showing it. But this yarn I use is I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm going to pronounce it the way it's spelled, though I know it's not the right way. Isager yarn alpaca 1 in the color E8S. And I used the Isager yarn, which is a lace weight instead of mohair. Because I don't know. I don't want too many things with mohair because we live in the South. The northern part of the South, North Carolina. So I just want to be able to wear it more. Anyway, and then the main yarn, which is Sandness Garn, KOS 2543.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't remember if that's I think it's a sport weight.
I believe so.
Yeah. Anyway, I used the pattern recommended size of US 8. And the only modifications I did was to knit this portion 8.75 inches before splitting for sleeves instead of her recommended 8.5 inches. But as you'll see from the photos, and I'll show you the details that here on the arm is really nice, and then on the side. It's just a lovely, cozy knit, and I'm wearing it with a long sleeve white shirt inside.
It's cute.
So
it's really cute together.
I'm trying to remember details about the test knit. This pattern is available now.
So she did publish it now.
Yeah. And for her quantities, I ran out, and luckily I did not when you knit a test swatch in the round, usually you clip, you cut the back of it to open it out. And this time I decided, sometimes I don't do that because I'm always afraid if I run out of yarn, at least I can hit up that swatch to get whatever I need. And that's what I had to end up using.
Wow.
Part of that swatch. I'm not sure if she adjusted the yarn quantity. I mean, it could have just, it would have been enough had I not knit the extra 0.25 inches, from before splitting for sleeves. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. But I knit the size 2, which is for a finished bust circumference of 36.5. Her sizes go from 1 to 9, which is like finished bust circumference of 32.25 inches all the way to 64.25, which, is pretty good. It's to be worn with 0 to 2 inches of positive ease. And I'm at gauge with the needles and the 2 yarns together. I got the alpaca, which is the lace weight from Church Mouse Yarns. and my first order with them. And then I think the Sandness yarn I got from Woolen Company.
I've ordered from them.
Yeah.
They're pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm looking at it here. Sandness Garn KOS is 62% baby alpaca, 29% nylon, 9% wool, and it's a bulky weight with 164 yards per 50 grams. So this color is, I think I might have mentioned, is 2543. And I'll see if I have a picture of the two together skein, so you get to see the contrast between this Isager and the Sandness. But anyways, a top-down sweater. And then, of course, you see the lace details. It's a raglan setup with short rows. And yeah, it's a fast knit because it's bulky.
Oh, yeah. So it goes fast, yeah.
Because you're holding the two yarns together. And I just love the lace work.
Yeah.
And I love the color.
Yes.
And I don't know, I feel like it's the perfect sweater. I don't know, I really like it.
It looks really good. It fits really good too.
Yeah. It's a little bulky, but it fits. It doesn't fit tight.
Wow.
I mean, I like it.
It looks good on you.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Yeah.
I would say there is a chart in here, which she has both chart and written instructions for the lace, but it's not a whole lot. I feel like this can be, adventurous beginner. I mean, if you can read the instructions, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't have any issue challenges. I mean, I didn't even have any feedback for her because everything was easy to understand.
Wow,
so
that's awesome.
There you go. Freckled Tiger. What about you? What are you wearing?
I am wearing the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Made Design. And I made this a couple of years ago. I want to say in 2020. Because I remember during lockdown taking the picture.
Yeah.
And the yarn the yarn I used is Magpie Fibers Swanky DK. And I don't remember what the color is. That's why I'm looking through my Ravelry, and it's like, what color did I use?
I can flash it. Maybe.
Yeah, but Swanky DK is swanky. Let me tell you. I knit it in a size small, and I didn't make any modifications. But I did not meet gauge when I knitted it. I used a size 8 needle, and I was 1 stitch off. And that was a pain because, doing swatching to find the right size is such a pain. And to me, it takes up a lot of yarn. But you have to do it, right? So I didn't meet gauge at all, but I used a size 8 needle for the body, and for the cuff and the ribbon, I used a size 4. And, it's a simple raglan. I love a raglan sweater. I mean, most of the sweaters I knit is raglan because I just love the style of it. Right. I like the little blousey fit. And, when we flash the picture here, you see that it's not tight on me, and it's not too big, and
just perfect and very comfortable.
Yeah. And this is such a cozy. It is a cozy sweater, and the yarn I use is so luxurious, I feel. So I don't have all the details, but I'll flash it. In terms of what the gauge is, I believe I'm trying to remember. I believe I don't know if the gauge was 19 stitches or 18. I want to say it's 18 and I got 19. So, but then again, I'm a tight knitter, so.
Yeah, can go by her.
No. But I've been easing up a little over the years, a little. So I'm getting there one day. So what are you struggling with there?
I'm trying to. So Tracy and I, are you finished?
Yeah.
Tracy and I, there's a new store in town called Naughty on Board. It's a home and gift center place. It's really nice. Yeah. Anyway, we go in there and we found this it's by Barco, fir and grapefruit hand salve, and it smells so good.
Oh my gosh. The bath bomb as well.
Oh, you have the bath bomb?
I didn't get the bath bomb, but it smelled amazing.
So it has jojoba oil, beeswax, oat extract, and some sort of fragrance, which is probably the fir and the grapefruit, which it smells like Christmas tree pine. That's a clean scent, and this Barco, I mean, I'm sure you can get it at other places online. I saw Amazon and places have their products, but this fir and grapefruit smell. I wear it, I put it on my hand because I have dry hands.
Yep.
With dishes and all that stuff. So when I'm knitting, on my Stephen West, which I'll show you guys, shawl that I'm making, when I put this on my hand and I'm knitting, after a while, I come back to my project. When I leave it and I come back to it, it smells really good.
It smells really good.
Even my husband, I have the little tiny candle, like a travel one. I have it down here. And he looked at it and he smelled it and he was like, oh, that smells good. And he never says that. Never ever says a candle smells good. So, you know, it smells
good. So you got the candle.
Just the
tiny one. Oh my gosh, I keep saying I'll get the bath bomb, but I haven't been able to go back. I shouldn't say I haven't been able to.
But it's very moisturizing.
Yes, it is.
It's not hard to get it out of here, to get it on your hand. You know how some things you just gotta dig in there? No, it's very emollient. Yes. Like, I don't know, it's really nice. Yes. But it's not greasy. I don't know how to
open it. What are you doing?
I know, I can't open mine. Let me take some Tracy's because my hand. See, it's like, it's really nice and it smells really good.
It smells really good.
Yeah, the lady at the store said that they can't keep it
in
stock. They keep selling out.
Yeah, because it smells so good and it does the job. Because I know every time I'm done doing dishes, it's like I run and I put some on, and instead of regular hand cream, because I feel like my hands get so dry, especially now in the winter.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and I know I should wear gloves when I'm doing dishes. But it's just like I can't feel around well enough to know if something is, clean. Like when you wash.
I know, and it just feels weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I gotta rinse my dishes if I put them in the dishwasher.
I rinse it because I don't want to clean the filter in there. I don't want to see gut.
Me neither. I don't want to see all of that stuff. So anyway, bougie.
I know. So you want to talk about? Do you have a summary of all the? I think it'll be nice first episode in the year to talk about what we made 2022. I mean, not to go into every project, but just give a highlight summary of the type of things we knitted and kind of brush up on what our plans are for 2023.
Yes.
So for me, as far as cast on in 2022, I casted on 5 shawls.
Wow.
One of which I'm still working on, which is that Stephen West one, which I'm going very slow. And I'll talk about that project in a bit. 1 cowl, 1 baby blanket. Can you believe only 4 socks? 2 of which is complete, 2 of which I will talk about on the needles that I still have yet to finish. And then as far as sweaters go, that's where,
you spent most of your time.
I did 9 sweaters.
Wow.
Which 4 of them were test knits.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
4 of them were test knits.
4 were test knits.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't signed up for any test knits this month because I want to get this old 2022 stuff off my needles, especially those socks that we'll talk about. What about you?
I didn't have as much as she did. I did 1 shawl. I did 1 cowl. And then I did that Sophie scarf. What's that considered? Scarf? Shawl? That was a quick knit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not the shawl, because the shawl was bigger.
I put it on the shawl.
So the Sophie scarf, right? And then I did 1, 2. I think I did 3 pairs of socks. 2 of them I gave away, and then 1 I have. But then I have 2 on the needles, so I think that's 5, right?
Yeah.
So But yeah, and then I did one vest, and I did one, two, three, four, four, five sweaters, and out of those five, two are cardigans and three are pullovers, and yeah, that's what I have. Oh yeah, and I forgot to count this one I have on my needles right now, which again we'll talk about in a few minutes. So um, definitely busy, but not not having a lot of time to knit.
Yeah, I think for me, what I'm thinking for 2023 is
Yeah.
definitely I'll probably knit. Okay, so I plan on not knitting any socks for myself. I do not need it.
Yeah.
And I can flash, I'll show you a video here of all the socks I have. And I kind of don't really wear them. I don't like wearing them out. Some yarns, if you don't have enough negative ease, they can slip and slide all over the place if you put them in with shoes, right? The only pair of shoes I would feel comfortable wearing knit socks is probably Uggs.
Yeah, yeah, boots. Yeah,
yeah. But other than that, I wear them at home. You know, when I'm like watching TV or something, they're the best thing ever. I don't want to stop knitting. Well, I don't think I'll stop knitting socks forever, but if I do plan on making a couple as gifts this year. So that's where it wouldn't be any for myself. It'll be for gifts. Right. So I was really happy to see I didn't knit as many socks last year.
Right.
The other thing I plan to make, not as many shawls, definitely that Sophie scarf. I plan to make a couple more of those, probably as gifts as well. The one big thing I plan to make, or a couple big things, are blankets. So like a couple baby blanket, well, one baby blanket, no, maybe a couple, because my neighbor, anyway, a couple baby blankets, and then a couple regular size blankets, because I feel like I want to knit through some of my stash yarns in 2022. Our thing we've been doing is only buying yarn for projects,
right? As
opposed to buying yarn and then looking for a project, you know.
Correct.
So that's our strategy for the past couple years. And I do plan to continue making sweaters. I don't know if I'll get all 9 in, and I'm not sure how many test knits I'll do this year. I'm thinking less than 4, but we'll see. I mean, maybe somebody will come up with something really nice and I'll be like, I have to knit that.
Right.
We'll see. But definitely, you know, I don't think I'll be making all these sweaters 2020.
So what's some of the sweaters you're thinking of making?
Some of the sweaters, I don't know. Okay, so one of the sweaters I want to make is Stratified by Tiff, right? And then I want to make the Anne's puff sleeve.
Oh yeah.
I already have the yarn and I'm getting ready to swatch for that. I just wound it 2 days ago, so I just need to do that one. And then there's one more. Oh, the Everyday Pullover that by Pearl Soho, using that linen quill. I plan to use that. So those are pretty much the sweaters I plan to make. And then it's called Halu by Caitlin Hunter. I love that sweater. I love it, and I want to make it. So yeah, nice. Those are pretty much the sweaters I plan to make.
I'm pretty sure there'll be other designs popping up throughout the year too, so you're gonna probably modify that list.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but yeah, so far that's what I'm thinking. Oh, and a viewer, we were supposed to cast on the anthology throw. I'm still gonna do that. Haven't forgotten. I definitely want to throw in that cast on that. It's just that I haven't had time. And I'm trying to get these Advent and Christmas Eve cast on done and out of here. So
no, using it faster. We'll grow 2 extra arms.
Yeah, don't have enough. You know what? Too, part of it is I'm doing a course on data analytics. So between that and my woodworking class, haven't had that much time. But
Yeah, and raising a child, it's like eat up all your time. So, but at least you have your knitting as your outlet, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I wouldn't give it up. I mean, even if at some point I'll just be knitting blankets, but yeah, knitting is so therapeutic.
It
like,
is.
Why? Yeah,
It is. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I didn't beat myself up for going so slow this past in 2022 with my projects. Because in the beginning, it's just like I had to pump it out. And it's like, what am I doing that for? This is supposed to be therapeutic, relaxing, and enjoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of it too is that I want to jump onto the next project. But it's like I have to pull back and check myself and say, no, this is supposed to be relaxing for you. This is your way to unwind. And this is your craft that feeds your soul. So I got to I remind myself of that every here and there.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I don't lose sight of that. And yeah. So
what about you?
I have some sweaters I have lined up. Like you, I'm only making socks as gifts. I wear my socks. The ones that is with really nice yarn, I don't wear them. They're just sitting in the drawer in the back row looking nice. But the ones that, the shorties that I use leftover or the, mix match colors, that don't match in a pair of sock because I'm wanting to use up the yarn. Those are the ones I wear, around the house or, the other day it was really cold and my husband was like, oh, wow, those look cozy. And it's just like, yeah, too bad you don't have any. You don't like socks. So anyway, what I plan to knit, I want to knit the Sophie scarf by Petite Knits using worsted weight. But then that's the only scarf I plan to knit because I don't have much space.
I know, I'm running out of space.
Yeah, and I don't want to be stuffing it in my drawers trying to make it fit. But I plan to knit a bunch of other sweaters. So it's like the yoga winter sweater, the knit me if you can sweater. Have you seen that sweater? It's it's like a raglan sweater, but it has knit me if you can.
Oh yes, I think.
I don't want to put those words on there, but I like the shape of the sweater. So
what's the name? Did make Shamika? Did she make it?
I want to say she did, but I like the shape of the sweater, so I want to do that.
Shamika is Mika Makes. I'll flash her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a fellow Trini as well. Trinidadian.
Yeah, I want to say she made it. Was it I don't remember when, but I want to say she made it.
Yeah.
And the town sweater and some raglans and stuff like that. I like clean design. I love color work, don't get me wrong. But I like the clean designs of sweaters.
I don't want to wear the color work.
I don't wear it. It's just sitting in my closet.
Yeah.
Versus like this, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The V-neck, the first V-neck I made, we showed it a couple of podcasts ago. I think it's called Wahika, I believe. That one, I keep wearing it.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this thing. But so the simple designs, the muted tones, the neutral tones, I find myself
the monochromatic, because I don't like even this. And I think we might have talked about this here.
Yeah.
The speckly, like I have a Madeline Tosh speckle yarn sweater crop. I'm thinking of undoing the thing because, and that's another thing. Some of these sweaters, a lot of them I don't wear, and I'm thinking of maybe we should recycle, meaning undo them and redo it. Because as you progress in your knitting journey, you evolve.
Yes.
And then so recognizing like how something is how you would like it to fit, it becomes clearer. And so what I knitted before, like there's this cardigan by Hohi, I knitted before, and I feel like I don't like the fit of it.
Okay.
But that's probably because I didn't understand how to pick the right size and all of this, right? Gate, all that stuff. But I think as you get better, more expert, I won't call myself an expert, but more experienced.
More seasoned.
You understand like the right size for yourself, you know, gauge, all that stuff.
You become more particular of how you want it to look and how you want it to fit.
Yeah.
And everything.
And what you feel comfortable wearing, right?
Yeah.
So,
what's realistically what you're going to actually reach for in your closet.
Yeah.
And you know, you have some people who love color, and I think, yay, that's good.
It looks good on
It looks good on you. You rock it. Do it.
I'm itching to knit something that's fuchsia pink. I always loved the look of it.
I mean, too.
Mecca Mika,
Chelsea lime green.
Yeah, but then I'm always like, ooh, nervous.
Right. So realistically, would I wear it? No. It's like it looks beautiful on some people, and some people could really wear it really well.
They wear it really well.
And it's like for me, I could. You probably have to. You probably knit like a vest or something. I don't know, or a scarf.
A scarf. A scarf.
As a way to add color.
I have no problem going with the brightest of colors,
which is great though, because if you're wearing like neutral tones,
in your
and you have a pop in your tie, you have that pop of color in your accessories. That will look phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And that's the direction I want to go in. I like the neutral tones, and because that's realistically that's what I do. But I want a little pop of color, and I think that's where I would say, you know what, maybe I'll knit one scarf, but I'll knit it in color and not go to the neutral tones, right? So now the thing is, we established that, okay, I like the clean designs, you know, the raglans, the simple designs, the slouchy fit. I'm not into crops, you know. At this age, I'm not into crops. Even though some people make crops look good.
It would have to fall a certain way, meaning the waist can't be too snug.
Yeah.
So that way, when you layer it with a piece underneath, it just falls very smoothly.
Yeah, you want it to look classy.
Yeah,
absolutely. But in terms of choosing color now, it's like that's where I am now. It's like, well, as I'm looking at these sweaters I want to knit, it's like, how do I go about choosing the colors I want? Because it's like, you know me, I'll stick to everything cream.
Gosh, I'm eyeing two skeins over there. I'm like, oh, one of them, I like. Anyway, I'm deviating. But she has a skein of yarn with a thick and thin. This one, what is it?
It's alpaca and wool and.
This is really nice yarn.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah. Where'd you get this?
I got this in Hilton Head.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
This yarn feels.
It has alpaca, I believe, and cashmere and something else. Right? Do you see it?
What, silk and merino. Araucana yarn. I never heard of them.
I never heard of them either. I wanted to try it. I found it in this little store.
It's worsted.
You know what? In Savannah, not Hilton Head, Savannah. And
I need this yarn.
Yes, you do. But look at the color I gravitated to, y'all. It had other colors there, but I didn't go to those colors. This is the color I gravitated to. And it's like...
And this is another skein she got.
That's the colors I go to.
What is this?
That's
fingering weight.
Yeah.
This will make, if you can get a couple of skeins of this, you can make a Sophie scarf, the actual scarf, as opposed to the cap, the smaller little.
Yeah. What is that? I don't know what you call it. The little one, but the regular scarf?
Shawl, maybe. Sophie shawl.
This one I'm thinking of making Ilha pullover by Orlean Suchi. This is the one. I got this. Oops, sorry. I got this with this in mind to make that. So, but like I say, I love the color. Now the question is, does it look good on my skin tone? I didn't think about that before when I was getting it. I just went with this color. And it's just like, now I'm like trying to be more mindful of what colors would look good on me. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing bright, but it's like, do I stick to warm tones or do I stick to what I like? It's like trying to balance that.
Pick what you will gravitate to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a Sophie shawl versus the Sophie scarf. So there's a difference.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is really nice, guys. Check it out.
Yeah. So it's like, and then the next thing is like looking for yarns. I struggle finding yarn replacements because it's like, I want it to look a certain way. Because when you see it on Ravelry or you see it on Instagram, you're like, oh, I love that, right? So it's like, ideally, I want to use the yarn that they're recommending, but it's like, if it's too expensive, It's like, well, wait a minute.
I would try to think of like what's a more affordable alternative
Right.
to that. Yeah. Now there's a website that you can go to when I do yarn replacements.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It give you replacements. I mean, it's an interesting place to review if you ever need to see that. But yeah, they have that. Or if you know there's a chart that's out there, and I know what's that Canadian store yarn shop.
The one that
Yeah, when Melissa and them when they left, they sold it. Anyway, I forgot.
how am I losing?
Ep36.
Yeah.
They have on their blog like the weight, so that way for lace, fingering, sport, DK, all that, they have like the coat, like the weight, so 3, 10, whatever, and then depending on your yarn substitute, like if your project calls for bulky, you can mix and match the weights, right? If you look at their chart, I think it's pretty cool. I'll remember, see if I can remember to put a link for that in the down bar. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to ask you guys is, what are some of your projects you plan to cast on for 2023?
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see some of that, so that'll be nice.
Share it in the comments below.
Yeah, share in the comments below. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, I love hearing different ideas, because then it's like, ooh, think of that. That'd be great, right?
Right.
So yeah, share in the comments below. But one of the ones I wanted to do is the clove sweater by Rachel. Is it Kihara? I can't say her last name. See, simple sweater, simple designs, right? Town sweater, those type of things I love.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then trying to find the yarn to
and honestly, I like that challenge of trying to find a substitution. That's like to me, that's part of the fun.
Okay.
Because you go in, I mean, I know that like sometimes I will use the exact same yarn as the designer, but sometimes it's also interesting to use something that
a replacement,
and the designer is always curious to see like what other yarn you use and how it looks.
Right.
I think that's pretty interesting.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, right? Yeah. I'm excited for 2023 though, and all the knits and all the yarn. I mean, this is my goal. It's my my vision board, but it's like, I love to leave little room. I like to leave room for modification and adjustments. So it's like my list could change. So by the end of the year, I want to see how drastic my list change.
Yeah.
So
what we actually do versus what we say we want to do.
Exactly. Because who's to say in 6 months it doesn't evolve even more and say, oh, I changed my mind, I want to do color work.
Yeah. More socks.
A hat.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yep. Okay, so we could move into finished objects.
Okay.
So I showed you mine, and the other thing I have is the Simple Cozy Socks by Joji Locatelli for her Cal.
Oh yeah.
I really love the way this came out. And I love it so much that I decided on my sock web for the Advent socks to actually use this ribbing idea for those socks.
Oh, okay.
Without the cable. But I'm following Joji's pattern minus the cable.
Okay.
So this yarn here is Emma's yarn, Practically Perfect Sock in the color July 2020. I use
that feels nice.
Size 1 needles. It feels really good on.
Yeah.
Feels good on. I did the 64 stitches, and the only modification I did on this is the rounded toe by the Knitting Expat. I tend to use that a lot I just think it's easy, and it just gives me a nice rounded toe versus anything else that I kind of
really
don't like.
Nice.
But what I like about these socks is this, the ribbon, the cuff, there's no cuff, right?
Yeah.
And so starts off this way as what would be the cuff, and then it twirls into this cable effect.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a top cuff down construction with heel flap and gusset. I love the back ribbing.
Yeah.
I like that look.
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
It looks really good.
Very easy, nice to follow. Yeah, whole he.
She likes the easy socks.
Yeah, and Hohi. Yeah, there's a sweater. There's a brioche sweater I want to knit from her.
Oh yeah, is it the black one that she has on there?
Yeah, but I'm afraid because her hair tends to be, maybe if I'll have to modify it, but her right hair tends to be tighter.
Yes,
and
I knit one sweater from her, and it was
yeah. So that's the only thing you got to be conscientious of if you're knitting her sweaters. But her socks are fun, and I want to say this called for sport weight or heavy fingering weight, but I just modified, based on my normal sock. I just follow the instructions, and
it looks good
with my usual sock needle size, which are DPNs, size 1s.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I knitted to 9 and the foot to 9 1/4 inches total. So for size 7 shoes, I wear size 7. So that's it. Finished late, but finished nevertheless.
That's what's important.
What about you?
I don't have any FOs.
No FOs?
No FOs. I just have whoops.
Okay, well, let's move into the only other FO that I have, but I don't have it here. But I'll see if I can get a picture of it from the people I gifted it to. It's the Mulberry Afghan by Tony Lipsy, TL Yarn Crafts. I actually finished it. Yay! It's the yarn, the Lion brand, Mandala Ombre in the 202 Mantra colorway.
It was pretty.
And then the Lion brand Basic Stitch in the anti-pilling white, a very nice, affordable baby blanket project. It's Tunisian crochet, and I use a 6.5 millimeter hook. The only problem I encountered was running out of yarn of the white for when I was on the border. I went around, I was almost done, and I had this last bottom piece to do, and I ran out, and I'm like, it's going to be a gift. I mean, So I had to run out to Joann's. They luckily had it in stock. It was like $3.50 a skein. It's the best, and it just feels really good. It's so worth it.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. So anyway, it turned out pretty nice, and I want to actually crochet another. I know. I want to crochet another Tunisian crochet baby blanket. So I'll probably use the same Mulberry Afghan pattern, but make it for a girl. For my niece. My sisters. I have a sister. My sister has a granddaughter.
Your great niece.
So my great niece. Yeah. I know we're grandmother age.
Shh.
Anyway, so that's it. But the other thing I want to mention about that pattern, that blanket, TL Yarn Craft, she offers it for free, but she also offers it as a PDF version. I think I might have mentioned that before, that you pay for. But the one thing I want to mention is that she has step-by-step instructions on YouTube for this project, which makes it easy for a beginner. It's perfect if you want to. Crocheting to me is easier than knitting. It's more forgiving. Yeah. And I think if you want to start off with a crochet project, I think this will be fun and very, very easy. Yeah. You could undo the thing and put it back on the needles easily.
On the hook,
On the hook, sorry. Yeah, very easy. So, highly recommend. She has a temperature blanket that she does. And I asked her in comments, I'm like, how do you plan for the yarn, right? For a temperature blanket. And she's like, it's very hard to gauge how much yarn to get for a temperature blanket. Because, temperature, I guess it's based on the temperature per day or week or whatever. And so if you're knitting on this thing every day, every week, at some point you're going to run out of yarn if you don't buy enough, or you'll have too much of another color if you buy, So she said what she does, and I'll share the tip here, is she starts off with 2 skeins of each color, right?
Okay.
So that way I mean, granted, you'll have to probably end up buying more along the way.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I figure that you'll have to.
Yeah. Especially for us where it's mostly warm here. So anyway, but you can take a good guess, right? Like based on your climate, like how many months of the year is generally 30s, 40s, whatever. So so that's that. Anyway, so moving into whips. Whips. So you go ahead.
I am working on the library socks by Kitchen Sink Shop. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. This was my the Advent sock kit that we did
with the cozy knitter.
Yeah, the color is this is the cozy knitter bliss yarn, and the color is a 2022 Advent 24 stripe yarn, and I couldn't decide on what sock to knit, so I had this sitting in my library.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I was in a rush to run out the door, but I wanted to start it on the 1st of December. So I just saw that and I just printed it out and ran out the door with it to get in carpool. So it's a fast, easy knit. It's mindless and it's memorable. So it's like you don't have to sit there looking at a sheet of paper the entire time, right? So but the toe and the heel is something from my stash. Don't ask me. I want to say it's Woolfolk yarn. I want to say, it's a quick, easy knit, and I knit I did the cast on of 56 stitches because I've noticed that when I used to do 64, I'm thinking, oh yeah, 64 is fine, and it's like this one here mentioned, oh yeah, 64, the sock falls down, and I'm like, I couldn't understand. And now my socks is falling down. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Unless you go down to a 0 needle.
Well, yeah. I think I have a size. I use size 1s. I like using size 1s.
Me too. So it's better you go down to 56.
Yeah.
Especially this having a stretchy.
Correct.
I mean, if you're doing straight vanilla socks, then you may have to go up to 60, 64. Right. But with these things with ribbing, like I feel like it has a lot of stretch, so you probably only need the less
56.
Stitches.
Yeah. So that's what I did, and I made no modifications, and actually I did the heel. This is the one by Earth Tones Socksploration heel. That's what I used because I need easy in my life. So.
What I like about the pattern she picked to go with these socks is, which I had the same problem struggling to figure out what pattern to knit with it, because I didn't want the stripes to get lost or the pattern to get lost in the socks. And this is perfect. Like this is a perfect way to use. This is a perfect pattern you can use if you want some little oomph in your stripes, but not too much, because you can still see the striping effect. So this is really nice.
Yes. Now I think I started backwards because I think I started at the wrong end of the skein. Oh. I was like, no big deal. Because I already cast it on and I think I was down here when I realized it. I'm like, I'll keep going. I don't care. Yeah. So anyway, but Stacy and I, we're doing this and then we're like, I love this. But it's just like, I don't know if I'll do it again next year. Because,
I don't think
we'll suck out.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do this one again.
I like the color. And it's very, I think, well priced. It's just, I have like 3 pairs or something like that.
Yeah, and all my pairs are beginning to look the same. So I have my Advent sock here, and as you can see, I'm at the point where I'm almost to the heel. And like I said, I am following Hohi's Simple Socks, Cozy Socks for this. I would say it's a vanilla sock. Right. Not vanilla sock. It's just my own sock creation, and I'm just dibbling and dabbling from different patterns. So I'm doing a 2x2 rib socks with These are size 1 DPNs. I love DPNs.
Yes, me too.
I don't like magic loop.
I never learned, and I feel fiddly in my hand.
There's nothing to learn, honestly. It's just anyway. It's just sliding things back and forth.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Anyway, I cast it on with some creams, fingering weight that I had about, and then I cast it on the ribbon because like I said, I like that ribbon effect that he had in that simple cozy socks that I just showed you. And then now I'm going to knit to this color. I'm going to catch this other one up. I'm doing 2 at a time, and then I'm going to put in the heel.
Which heel?
The reason why I haven't probably done the heel is because I'm trying to figure out which heel to do. Oh, okay. If I want to do a contrast heel, then I feel like, okay, probably that Socksploration heel. If I do heel, flap, and gusset,
you won't do a contrast.
I wouldn't do a contrast, right? But I want a heel, flap, and gusset, but I want the contrast. So I feel like I'm going to have to, so I'll have to take the time because the Socksploration one, I don't really know it off the bat. Like I would have to go back and read the instructions to do it or follow in a video.
It's so much faster though.
Yeah, once you get going, I mean, I love it.
Yeah, you could do it in a day.
Yeah. But so that's mine. That's where I'm at. I'm going to try and I would like to get these done. Tracy and I would like to podcast the end of the month again. We want to start maybe squeezing in 2 of these every month. Look at us at an hour almost, 51 minutes. So anyway, so I'm trying to get these done by the next podcast at least. Yeah. And I just want to mention that I'm holding this in this bag. So Tracy sells these bags on Etsy?
Yes, on Etsy.
Yeah, and she had it here the other day, and I'm like, okay.
She picked it up and she was like,
yeah, no, you've had other versions and they were nice, but the reason why I love this one is because 1, you hold it like this. 2, it's pretty voluminous inside. Like
it holds a lot.
It can hold all the things. So I'll put a link on the bottom for her shop, Etsy shop, but it has like a zipper closure in here, snaps, and then and the pockets in here, 2 pockets, and then a pocket out here.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. I showed my daughter Desiree this, and I'm like, even if you're not a knitter, like just to put like, I could totally see him putting all my journals.
Yes.
And everything in here, like everything fits in this thing. What would you say? It can hold a sweater.
Definitely sweater quantity.
Quantity.
This one customer left feedback and she said that, when I first got it, I thought it was kind of small, but then she said, oh, was I mistaken? I was mistaken. She said she has 2 projects in there. Yeah, she had a sweater project and she said something else. I don't remember.
I feel like it can hold a couple of shawls. Yeah. Definitely a few socks.
It's deep.
Notebook. Yeah. Tablets. Yeah. I think if you use it even to put like your journaling stuff, like, I don't know. I really love it.
The portability, Portability. So, I love mine. I use mine all the time.
Yeah, I told Tracy. What other colors do you have?
Well, my small business, you gotta, manage having inventory and not having too much sitting around. So my next color, I want to do is like an army green because it seems like I have another bag, a crossbody bag. That thing sells like hotcakes. Okay. Yeah. See that? It sells like hotcakes. And so if I could probably do that in this color, do this bag in that color, like a green. If you see on the Etsy shop, you'll see the green. Mm. I'm going to do it in that color. But the crossbody bag you'll see on the shop, I'm coming out with a new color. It's a light blue one I'm coming out with. So. Nice. Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah. So I'll put the link on the bottom for you guys to check it out. Yeah. Okay. My final project, because we've been talking to you guys for like an hour now, but I mean, hey, you can always pause. We got lots to say. It's not a final project, actually. What am I talking about? A needle. Okay. I thought I brought that on. I don't have the paper here. Do you want to run and get it? So I have it. Sure. Yeah, right there. So Tracy and I both
both knitting. The By the Fire socks. This is our Christmas Eve cast on by Danielle George. It needs to be blocked.
Yeah, because it's curling.
Yeah, here. But I use Chelsea Yarn Luxe Coupe sock in Princess Leia, which is an 80/20 superwash nylon, 400 yards. For the cast on, she has you use a bigger needle, but my bigger was my size 1s, which is what I normally knit my socks. And then I went down to 0s for the rest of it.
Looks good. How it fit?
It fits pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's a very easy construction. It's short, so you should go fast.
Yeah.
But I just have time. But so you start off from the top here, right? And then you start off from the top, and this is it's hard to show. You start off this way, and then she has you turn it, and so that way when you start knitting this part of it, sorry, I'm off camera, it flips over.
Right.
So it's all one construction.
Right.
And the bobbles, easy, only on one line.
Yes.
One row.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and it's only 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's a fun, cute, and now the only thing I wish is that I had something brighter for the bubbles, but that's all I had was this burgundy, purpley looking thing. But if I had like a bright pink, that would have been perfect.
It would have popped it more.
Yeah, but you have to pin, I have to I definitely have to block this and then pin down these things here. So that
what you gotta do?
Peaks, yeah. I think I was reading an instruction.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to block it and, pin it down. So yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
I love it. So I cast it on the other side. I just started here. I have a ways to go. Again, I'll try to get it done by our next pod. What about the yarn you're using?
I'm using Hearts on Fiber, the Town of Davidson collection, and the color is Village Store. This is the Village Store because there's a store in Davidson that's this color. And then the contrast is called Gift Wrap. And this was part of their, I guess Lily is the one who came up with this brilliant...
Her daughter.
Kim's daughter. Yeah. Kim is the owner and her daughter's helper, and I think Lily is the one who came up with this brilliant idea to have different, the main body are based on the colors of the stores in town, and then the contrast color. But and then the bubbles I use is just some off-white color I had in trash. Yeah. I use a size 1, and I use a size 2 for the is it a cuff?
Yeah, the cuff.
Yeah, I use a size 2. Yeah. But I followed the instructions. I didn't make no modifications at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did do a modification.
Did you? What you do?
I did. So I started doing her toe in the pattern, and I was like, So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do knit and expat.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's the difference. You want to take yours off so you can see?
Yeah.
I showed them the difference.
I do my own.
Oh, you do your own toe?
Yeah. I do I take it down to 10 and then I kitchen it.
Yeah, I took it down to 8. Probably.
8. I guess I don't know if this is what I learned from Pearl Soho, but I don't like a pointy toe, but I don't like a wide toe either. So I find like 10 is where I have a happy medium.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I guess that's a modification, huh?
That is a modification.
Anyway. That's my mod. But yeah, I haven't cast it on the second side yet because and usually I cast on right away, but I'm knitting hats for my kids because apparently
you ordered them some hats.
I ordered them some hats since from 2021. And I got the yarn and the pom-poms and everything, and I have yet to do it. So they reminded me the other day how, I owe them some hats. So that's why my socks and everything is on pause until I finish these hats. Because winter, it's going to be over soon, supposedly.
Yeah.
According to my daughter, it's going to go by fast.
It is.
So, yeah.
My final whip is the Twist and Turns MCAL by Stephen West from last year, 2022. I currently on clue 3 out of 4 clues. Again, I've said this 100 times probably. Using Twisted Owl 2-ply sock in the 80/20 merino nylon, purple rain and the purple, and then gray is this. Sorry, shouldn't say that. The gray is Stardust, I want to say, and then the cream is purple rain. That's my guess. I don't remember. So anyway, this project is not for a beginner. There's like, I don't know, it's a lot of things on hold and you're doing things twice. So once you knit this centerpiece and with the braids and all that good stuff, you knit this, you pick up and knit this section here, right? That gray and purple section, and you do it twice.
Wow.
On each side, okay?
And then you do the border.
Then you do a cabled border here on this side, right? And the same thing on the other side, right? Wow. Look at the cables. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Very intriguing.
Now, I'm on this section where you pick up now on this side of this border, and you knit this effect. See it? How he's going up, this wavy looking effect going up and down, up and down. I messed up, I think. I don't know. I can't figure out where I'm at with this because I had to think back some. So I think I'm going to it's a mess. No. That's why it's not for a beginner. It's a lot going on because a lot of stitches are on hold. See, on hold. On hold, right? It's just fiddly. Anyway, I'm going to undo this whole piece here and restart it.
Oh no.
Well, I have all the air. I'm not going to knit 1,000 shawls.
That's true.
Between this and the Sophie, I think, unless somebody else comes up with something that makes me go.
Unless he comes up with another one next year for his cow.
Only brioche. If it's brioche involved, then I'll, But I'm going to do that and hopefully get through clue 3. I don't know where now I've seen pictures of the thing, but I haven't really paid attention to know where this is going to go.
So it looked like he has 2 long ones. It goes out.
Yeah, that's it. That's this. So maybe they attach here somewhere?
I don't think it looked like it was attached.
No?
I might be wrong.
I have no idea. I don't remember. I haven't studied the pictures enough. But definitely not beginner friendly.
It's very nice though. Your colors are stunning.
I like the color. Like I keep knitting on it and I'm admiring it. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah. But I bet you when she puts it on and put it together, it's going to look nice. Like the eyeball shawl. It's like when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I look like that. Now it's like, ooh, when you put it on, the colors look stunning together.
Yeah. No, I like those colors I chose. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm using some old, I had these things in stash, so I'm glad I'm getting to use some of it.
Yeah. The only last one I have to show, because the birch pullover is just sitting. I haven't worked on it in months.
This is a nice sweater. Finish it. Oh my gosh.
I know, but it's just like socks. And then, this was taking my attention until I had to do the hat. Is the Anne's puff sleeves pullover. And I
have to cast that on. How are you liking that?
I love it.
Tell us, give us all the details.
So
that you can't give anyway.
So this is the Pearl Soho Good Wool and the color olive oil. And I like this yarn. I didn't think I would like it, but I like it. It's easy to work with and it's affordable yarn. Yeah, it feels good. And I'm making it in a size 3. And I'm using US needles 5 and 7. And making no modification that I make, I'll talk about in a second. But the gauge is 20 stitches. I don't like 3/4 sleeves really, and so I'm making it long sleeves. But I decided to make it a puff sleeves instead because the way she had hers is that the sleeve comes to here, and then it's just it's no ribbon, I believe. So I didn't think I would like that look here. So I decided to make it a puff sleeve, and all I did was that all I did was when I got down to the length I wanted, I knit two together all the way around, and then I knit two together, knit one, two together, knit one all the way around, and then I just did the what you call it. It's not tight, right?
I love it.
And I tried it on it. I made sure it wasn't tight. And all I did was the ribbon, similar to the ribbon at the bottom of the sweater, and I did it for just an inch, and I kept it simple. I like how it looks. I haven't tried it on yet with the second sleeve done. How I have it in my head, I'm hoping it looks, the way I want it to look.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then all I got to do now, because I'm hoping to finish this by today or tomorrow, and then pick up the neckline, and I'm hoping to have it done by the next podcast and wearing it so you can see. So.
Yeah. We're knitting this with Katuska.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I have to start mine. Hopefully, that'll be nice if I can finish by time or not. Start and finish by our next podcast.
I
have dreams.
I like this. I like sweaters like this. I like raglans, first of all. And this is very engaging because of the little detail here in the raglan.
That is very nice.
That's nice. Yeah. It's very nice. And then, so my only concern for me personally, and it's just as a user issue, apprehension, is picking up right here where she has the pleats in the sleeves at the top of the shoulder. I just hope I don't. So anyway, that's what I have. I think this is beginner friendly. I think, or advanced beginner friendly. I think, because the only thing you got to do is make the pleats up here, and that's about it. That will be a challenge if you're new to knitting, but if you're determined, you'll get it. You'll do it. So, I can't wait to wear it. I like the color too, because I like green. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I wear a lot of green. I knit a lot of green, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. This is it. Stacy got the same yarn too. Her color, love her color. Oh my gosh, it's a neutral tone. I was like, I should have gotten that.
Oh yeah, my color is. It's the same brand by Pearl Soho.
Yeah.
So my color.
Good wool. It's pretty.
Yeah.
See, that's a Tracy color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was channeling my inner Tracy with that one. So yeah, that's it. That's all we have. Yeah, we should be able to come to you guys at the end of January. Yeah. Yeah, every couple weeks.
Yeah.
We'll try to, put something out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely let us know what you plan to knit in 2023. Yeah, we want some ideas as well. And
any yarn recommendations too?
Yeah, affordable yarn recommendations.
We like it all. We like the high end, we like the median, and we like
high end's a treat.
Affordable.
Yeah, those are treats.
We like it all.
So, yeah, we're definitely. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
If you're new, welcome. We hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.